Welcome to the Current Report podcast. I'm Cece Woods, investigative reporter at thecurrentreport.com, and I'm with my co-host Prime.
Yes. Interesting week. I just feel like with every passing week, there's something new that happens on your end, and it's egregious in one way or another, you know?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, when you put yourself out there the way I put myself out there, I've come to really understand after the cyberbullying I went through in February,
right,
over that high-profile case that I was paid by the defendant to cover because mainstream media was suppressing the evidence. I mean, and blatantly lying about the case itself, right?
Right.
So I'm an independent journalist.
Yeah.
Most of the content that I put out there is for the community and to educate the community that I self-fund.
Yeah.
But there are other cases that people are going to pay me to investigate, research, and publish on a platform that I have paid for myself for 15 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the cyberbullying with that case, because they are ignorant and don't understand that independent journalists have different ways of monetizing, and that's up to them. I'm under no obligation to disclose not only my funding, but my sources.
Correct.
Especially sources that are getting death threats.
Yeah.
So it's like, but anyway, so the education that I got from that February round of cyberbullying was it just educated me what my rights are, what I'm doing. And what I realized is that I'm doing everything the right way. Which is why I have a 15-year spotless career with no legal issues, no takedowns, no retractions. My X account was hacked.
That's horrible.
And by the way, the person who I thought was messaging me, I have been following and they've been following me for a long time. So I had no reason to believe that this guy was being hacked, And by the way, I think he is either retired or active on the sheriff's department. So he and he's always said nice things on my threads, like for years and years and years. So he sends me this link that he's doing some podcast now or something. So why am I going to think that that is not the case? If he wasn't in my ecosphere, I would have never done it.
Right.
But he's been on my feed for years now in a very positive manner and pro law enforcement. So I thought to myself, okay, yeah. At first he said, give me $100 and I'll give you your account back. And I thought, you know what? I'll take the gamble. So I took the gamble. Then after he's like, not enough. I knew this was going to happen, but I thought I'd take the gamble. Why not take the gamble? It's only $100, right?
Right.
So I took the gamble and then he comes back. Nope. 100's not enough, 300. And I said, dude, I make no money off of this platform. I don't care. I'll contact X. I'm not paying you more money. Then he took the local Malibu because they're all connected.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to start messing up your... I said, I don't give a fuck. Go.
Yeah.
And most of my following is not on Twitter. I have close to 8,000 on there, but I have closer to 10,000 on Instagram, way more traffic on Instagram, way more traffic on Facebook, YouTube. Now I'm growing TikTok and now I'm going to do Spotify. So I don't give a fuck. He goes, oh, I see you've got some interviews in your inbox. I'm like, so they can email me.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But
what would you tell people who are afraid of getting hacked? Like what was it that you learned from this particular situation?
What's really interesting about this is that everybody knows who's been watching, who's invested in this podcast. I have been reading with a psychic for the past 15 years. She's like family to me. She told me in 2 of my readings, 2018, 2022, be careful of getting hacked. And it finally fucking happened. Here's the thing. I will tell you on social media platforms specifically. Get the ID verifier so that they can ID your face and, your government ID. Do it. I do want to discuss Nick Shirley. We're going to start off with that.
That's a big one.
I was tagged on Facebook. It was a post by Carl DeMeo.
Yes.
He's, I believe, an assembly member. Mm-hmm. And he's a Republican. Mm-hmm. And he talked about this ban Nick Shirley Act. I just looked at it and I was like, holy shit, what is this? And I was tagged in the post by one of my Facebook followers who knows that I had spent time with Nick and his mom last month. Immediately, I contact Nick's mom. I sent her the link, and that was at 10:30 in the morning. By 12:30, Nick started posting about it. And she told me she didn't really know anything about it. The person who is spearheading AB 2624 is Mia Bonta, Rob Bonta's wife, the AG.
Of course.
Especially when he goes on the news recently and says, oh, we're going to attack fraud. We're going to attack fraud. Then 2 days later, his wife is putting out this announcement about how we're going to stop Nick Shirley from exposing fraud. Come on.
Yeah, the one person who is actually bringing, one of the major people who are bringing the fraud to light in California, and talk about the hypocrisy behind that. You have this young gentleman who all he's armed with is an iPhone camera or a couple cameras, and he goes out there and exposes the fraud, doing other officials' job. He's the one that's exposing it, and then they're trying to go after him now. I mean, come on.
Of course.
That's just.
Look at the example at the COC meeting, March 19th. We discussed this in our last episode. Here they are calling me not credible.
I certainly understand that the current report is not always a reputable source of information, but that doesn't mean that their information is always incorrect. And so I think that it's important to note that accurate information is accurate information, and that if the department fails to acknowledge that certain information is accurate, that's a concern.
The commission placed on its agenda some items regarding one of our chief's testimony at a recent trial. Trial alleged that the department did not promote someone because of a tattoo, in which, by the way, the department won that case. I just want to make it clear that there was some blog postings that were put out there by a gossip columnist and trying to explain what they believe was courtroom testimony. That is not a reliable source. So I will just stress that because it's on the agenda, let's not take what a blogger says and make it fact. For us, we have looked into it, still continue to look into it, which includes pulling court testimony, speaking to the county council that was directly involved.
The item placed on the agenda about court testimony is appropriate for an opportunity to clarify the sheriff's position, not a statement of fact, not bolstering what I think you maybe accurately characterized as a partisan gossip columnist whose blog did create some ruffles throughout LA County.
A gossip blogger. Because I was exposing their lies.
Yep.
Okay. And it's the same thing with that high profile case I was talking about. They're calling me a liar. They're calling me this. No, I got all the evidence. It's right there. But people are brainwashed to believe what mainstream media puts out there. And it's so easy to prove that they are fucking lying. Yes. Straight up lying.
Yes.
Okay. And their tactics are, the gaslighting that comes from the politicians, the media that airs this gaslighting is just further pushing that fake bullshit narrative. There are way too many people brainwashed by it.
Yes. No, I agree. And here's the other concept to that is back, when was it when Gavin sent out that he did that meme about Nick Shirley? He was all dressed in like all these ridiculous, it was something stupid. I forget. But instead of these officials, instead of saying, you know what, hey, Mr. Shirley, thank you very much for helping us out with this fraud. Instead of congratulating the young man and instead of even helping him out, which is what they're supposed to do, they do this. They do this AB 2624. They shame him just like they attempted to do with you. And it seems like it's a common rhetoric now. These officials, what they're going to do is when they get exposed, they're going to completely and utterly just go after the ones who are doing the exposing. I mean, what else can they do, you know?
I started really looking at all these different tactics that people use online and also people who are in positions like you and me, and how easily people just talk shit on social media, talk shit on the internet. They talk shit anywhere that they can get their opinion out there, whether it's true or not. I have just had to come to the realization that I cannot control the shit talkers. It's going to be on the internet. Now, if you're smart, you'll go to the places where you can truly see who I am and what I really am made of and what my background is, like my websites, like my social media platforms. Any one of those things will give you a very clear picture of who I am. But if you want to take some crazy person's opinion because I pissed off somebody that they worship, okay, do you. So I've learned to let it go, and nobody's going to control what comes out of my mouth. Nobody. Absolutely.
Good. You know, and going back to this whole internet thing fiasco, it's, and I've said this before, it's kind of like a badge of honor when people start, you know, running their mouth and talking their shit as to what you're doing, you know, without merit. It's a badge of honor because you're actually getting to them, you know, and you can't stop it. I totally agree with you, but you could actually control how it affects you. Really, I've since that one infamous day when I went up to the news, Fox 11 News, and exposed the mandatory overtime and the suicides that were happening within the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Literally that same day when that news article aired on Fox 11 News, I got a flurry of nothing but nonsense, shit talking, threats. I got death threats, you know, and it's just, it goes to show you, you know, if you really hit them where it hurts, that's how they're going to react.
Oh, 100%.
The best thing you could do is just keep moving forward, right?
100%. As a matter of fact, I just double down really most of the time. I mean, I also know when to shut my mouth, but I also know when to double down. And actually, that brings me to two other things. One, the emails on thecurrentreport.com are being flooded, not only with tips around the county, but now I'm getting tips from other states, Arizona, Washington, New York, you name it. So people will always find my work. They will always see the truth. If you are Googling a topic that you are truly invested in, you will find my work. And when you, just like the Washington, D.C. watchdogs and the Washington senators found my reporting when the current report was only 2 years old in 2022, because Philip Washington was nominated to become head of the FAA while he was under criminal investigation. They found my reporting. They contacted me right away. They told me, Cece, you are the only reporter in the country that has been reporting on his corruptions. We need your help. So, no matter who you think you are or who you think I should be in the world of journalism, the people who need me, the people who respect me, they find me. Okay.
Yes, they do.
Moving on.
Yes.
We're going to talk a little LASD right now. I have been getting lots of little messages from active department members, retired department members, and I'm also hearing some chirping, you know, in the background that I'm being told about. at LASD.
Okay.
And apparently some people are not too happy with Cece Woods because she is talking about Reapers, South LA guys. And
Okay.
I have no beef with you guys. You guys need to know people are giving me the information. They're giving me the captain's list. They are telling me who these people are connected to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not saying you guys are not good people. I'm not saying that you're not captain worthy. We're just pointing out some consistencies that we have seen over time. Has it been going on under other sheriffs? Yes, but it's going on under Luna, who, waved the flag of reform. Hi, I'm going to reform the sheriff's department. You haven't done shit, okay?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
haven't done shit but destroy the sheriff's department. So there's that, okay?
Yeah.
Then, of course, there's a few people who do not like my reporting on the grenade. Well, guess what? The explosion. Well, guess what? All that information comes from you guys. Deep inside, retired, you name it.
Yeah.
They're the ones giving it to me.
Yeah, it's not like you're manifesting this information. You're getting it from somewhere. You're the messenger here. You're reporting information. You're not manifesting it.
Correct. And you know what? When 3 people are killed, one of them who just showed up to work that morning, you're absolutely damn right. I'm going to speak up. Yeah. Okay. I am absolutely going to speak up, which brings me to the next point. So the captain, Robbie Royster, also very unhappy with me calling him a party planner. Again, not my words. I didn't make that up. Yeah. That's what multiple people emailed me or messaged me both and said he's a party planner because he worked with the events. Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot be responsible for what people tell me. I am just reporting to you what I am hearing.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't shoot the messenger. I got a lot of bullet holes in me, by the way. Okay. I get shot way too often.
I agree.
Anyway, so some nuggets that I received from some recently retired folks. Mm-hmm. They told me that Royster was also in charge during the Altadena fires, and he waited way too long to let his units go out there. Actually, I'm going to read the details of what I was sent. So during the first night of the fires, SEB Lieutenant Kim implored with Royster to activate our bureau to help Altadena Station with evacs. Royster couldn't make a decision, panicked, and said, no, we have to wait until the department gets activated. Lieutenant Kim is over our Canine and Emergency Services Detail, which is our air fire program, or paramedics in our boats. All of our bureau personnel have emergency vehicles and could have responded to help save lives. Lieutenant Kim says it still haunts him that so many people died when we had all of our units sitting at home doing nothing because the captain couldn't make a decision. That goes way up to Assistant Sheriff Jason Skeen. That's what I've heard. So I'm not going to put it all on Royster, but if his unit, arson and explosives, already has the people that can go out there with the fire suits, with the equipment to help save lives, why on earth wouldn't you say yes? Not one person can tell me they're going to blame the commander, Oscar Berrigan. Oscar has SEB experience. I'm not going to buy that excuse. So I'm not going to believe that for a minute.
Right.
From what I heard, it was orders from way at the top. And we all know Luna was in over his head. So,
yep.
And that's what happens too when you have a captain that does not have SEB experience, does not have detective experience, does not have tactical experience. To me, I think that's it's deadly, and it's proven to be deadly. So if you guys want to get pissed off at me for saying that, oops, sorry, don't care. Too bad, so sad, right? So that was the latest of what I learned, and unfortunately, fire season is all year round. So if you guys are not going to, step up and take care of the citizens of LA County that actually pay your salaries, you know what? We need some new leadership. Okay, that's what that looks like.
Yeah, always boils down to leadership. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely boils down to leadership. Okay, what else did we go through this week?
Well, yeah.
Me, always me.
Oh yeah. Right.
Me.
Yeah.
ALADs had their interviews.
Good evening, ALADS members. I'm Deputy Scott Sauer from Lancaster Sheriff Station. I am the chair of the Political Endorsement Committee, and also on the committee with me tonight,
Deputy Derek Clotworthy, Alameda Sheriff Station.
Deputy Fernando Gonzalez, San Dimas Sheriff Station.
So tonight, the Political Endorsement Committee met. We interviewed several candidates for sheriff, board of supervisors, and judicial candidates. We made recommendations for endorsement. Our recommendations will go to the board, who will make the final determination.
Apparently, they interviewed Lindsay Horvath.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if ALADS endorses Lindsay Horvath after she voted to reduce personnel, if they give her an endorsement, holy shit, it is going to be bad, bad, bad.
Yes, it is.
From what I understand, there are people saying that they might not endorse anyone for sheriff. But I can tell you, if they endorse Robert Luna, they're going to lose a lot of their membership.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
people are going to bail left and right. Same thing with Lindsay Horvath. And now she's going, oh, we need more deputies. You mean after you guys, you as in the Board of Supervisors, completely destroyed the department?
100%. Yeah.
Now you want more? You're not going to get more. Okay?
Right. Yeah. Ridiculous.
And then we had a COC meeting. That was the COC meeting that was after the one on March 19th, where they just slammed me left and right, blah, blah, blah. So I sent them the legal documents that Sheriff Luna was trying to say, oh, I don't know if I can get a hold of those. I may get us in trouble if I do that. No. And, oh, I don't know if that is really legal court testimony that she published. Yeah, it was. And so I emailed it to Assistant Sheriff Jason Skeen, Sheriff Robert Luna, COC Chair Hans Johnson. I mailed them all a copy.
Yeah.
And they did not mention a single word about it.
Wow.
So that's where we are in terms of the deputy gang bullshit, and there are no deputy gangs. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's still even a subject matter, to be honest with you. It's been proven that there's no such thing as deputy gangs, and it's been proven for a minute now. It's just a running narrative. It's what they like to use, when they're trying to prove their narrative, prove their point. It's non-existent.
They haven't been able to prove that they have shut anything down at any station, that they have relieved all these deputies that were participating in deputy gangs. The lawsuit that was just settled for $8 million,
right,
because of the Banditos, they threw that money out there. I'm not saying that the plaintiffs, the deputies that were involved, that were harassed, that were bullied, that were beaten, and hospitalized, I'm not saying you don't deserve that money. What I'm saying is the timing, not to mention the fact that the sheriff's department settled it, did not want to go to court over this. This was an internal battle. This is not a deputy gang issue that is overrunning LA County. We don't even have enough deputies to go out on calls, let alone be gang members in the streets and, shoot people and beat people up. It's like, come on. Are there isolated incidents? Yeah, there are. But that's not gang behavior. It just doesn't fall under that category as a criminal street gang.
No, it doesn't.
Anything else we want to bring up this week?
You actually covered all of them.
I know. I'm always the one with the mouth running. That's for damn sure.
No, but I mean, it's good. It's you're definitely making an indent in everything. Which is why you're getting so much flack. I mean, it just goes along with the territory. I mean, if you really look at all other YouTubers and journalists, investigative journalists from all walks of life, you have so many different forms of journalism. Every single one is going to get attacked one way or another. That's so just
true.
That's
Nick
just how
Shirley,
it is.
They're calling him a pedophile.
I mean, look at that, right? You see? Perfect
Rat
example.
shit being talked about his mom and dad, and I'm watching this on social media, and it's like I don't even care what kind of prior legal troubles they had or whatever. It's none of my fucking business.
Yeah.
As long as what I'm seeing, what they're putting out there is the truth, I don't care.
But you're doing an excellent job. I mean, it's definitely talk about making a dent. You know, you definitely are. But on the same side of that coin, all you hear though, and it goes on again, going back to all the journalists. I'm not a journalist, but you know, I'm just this.
Yeah, but you're still
YouTuber
in the same
with,
category.
Yeah, I'm in the category. You're right. Just this YouTuber with the mic, I still get it. You know, they're gonna fling everything that they can at you. You know, and you just got to keep going. You know, it's like I said, just use it as a badge of honor, really.
Oh, I can tell you, nobody shuts me up. I got nothing to lose, everything to gain. Again,
yeah, that's right.
15-year career, blemish free.
Yeah.
So you can talk all the mad shit you want about me. You can say this, you can say that, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, no retractions, no takedowns, no legal issues. Yeah. 15 years. There is not one platform out there, especially mainstream media.
Yeah.
Okay. That can say that they have that kind of a record.
Right. No, that's true. And on the flip side of that as well, it's not like you're only bringing negative things to light. I mean, when you do reporting, obviously you're going to report on the bad stuff, but you also defend a lot of people too. Yeah. You know, going back into like what was this group called? The Reapers, or was it? Did I say that right?
Yeah, it's Reapers.
Or whoever it is, you've defended them before.
Yes.
You know, so
that's why I was like, why are y'all mad at me?
I've never heard anything negative.
You. Okay.
Yeah, I've never heard anything negative about any of them.
There was a comment that was made on Witness LA, 2 comments, and a lot of people were texting me going, "That's not him. That's not him." I'm like, well, then you need to contact Celeste.
Oh, right.
Witness LA. Tell her to take it down.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because I'm only publishing what was published on her site. Not to mention the fact that I haven't heard from this person who says it's not him or they're saying it's not him. I haven't heard from him. So I have no reason to take it down. Yeah. And anyway, again, verifying through other sources, blah, blah, blah. It's like, look, please, I'm not trying to diss you guys. I'm trying to make a point about the bullshit narrative that Luna and the Board of Supervisors is trying to continue to push to gaslight voters, okay? And tell them that we need Sheriff Luna for another 4 years. No, we don't. We don't need him destroying what's left of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. And I'm just trying to make that point. Unfortunately, some people get, brought into the mix. I'm a political pawn too. As you can see, I get attacked all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you the truth. And there's plenty of people out there that can actually say, yes, this is 100% the truth, that can back me up and will.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
All right. I think we've done quite
we covered it. Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you back here. Thanks for joining us.
See ya.